Hello and welcome to MGP539. I'm Kev, and with me this week there is Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello.
It's another one of those glorious sheepdog 3 weeks. We genuinely don't know where he is this week. We vaguely remember him saying he was somewhere doing something, but I don't think we ever got any more information this, so I assume he's off having an affair. Because that's the only explanation. If Mrs. Sheepdog is listening, I am sorry. He's off having an affair because he didn't tell us where he was going. And I, for one, find that kind of behaviour very suspicious. So he's probably got himself a fella, is my assumption for what's going on here. Does anyone actually have any information of where he really is?
No.
I don't think he's gone to any supermarkets this time, has he? Obviously, Mum's gone to Iceland 2 weeks ago. But is he doing some kind of, I was going to say Scandinavian tour. Is Iceland in Scandinavia? Or have I just offended Scandinavians and Icelandic people? I once said on stream that Denmark was in Scandinavia and there was a riot.
Is it not?
Apparently it's not, no.
I would have said it would have been. Well,
I
Scandinavia then,
was.
Norway and Sweden.
Well, this is what, and Finland, I think. But again, the Scandinavians are probably furious about that. We're going to get loads of negative Spotify reviews. Is that a thing? Do they do reviews on Spotify?
Yeah.
They probably
Any complaints to RB6K?
Yeah, at RB6K on Twitter,
Yeah.
exactly. Always
needed.
feed your feedback through to him. I mean, it's his fault we're talking about Scandinavia. So, it does all come back to him. But, don't know where he is. So it's the dream team for you this week, boys and girls. The Disney kids, as we're going to call ourselves for the next 9 months. Yeah, because we're the 3 that are going to Disneyland. We're the cool ones.
Yeah, of course.
Because Sheepdog isn't coming with us. We're the Disney kids. So that's what we're going to call ourselves. What, the Mickey Mouse Club. That was what Justin Timberlake was in, wasn't it? And Britney Spears. Are we the Mickey Mouse Club? I'll be Britney.
I'll be Christina then.
Was she in it as well?
Yeah. And Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I was not aware of that. But yeah, we're them then. I feel like I should have. I feel like I should have gone for one of the boys. Now I know there's more boys. That were in it. I didn't know Ryan Gosling was in that gang. Is he the same age as them?
I believe so.
Well, it carried it. It wasn't. I feel like there was more. There was the new class after them, I imagine, as well.
I don't know.
So he could have been in that group.
Oh no, he was with Britney and Christina.
Was he? There you go. See.
There's them singing together and dancing together on stage.
Wasn't like Selena Gomez part of that sort of thing as well?
Next Generation, though.
That's what I mean.
She was on Wizards of Waverly Place.
That's what I mean. The Next Generation
on the Disney
of
Channel.
The Disney crew.
Yeah, Wizards of Waverly Place was her and Demi Lovato and Miley Cyrus was that kind of age group as well. I think.
Cyrus, yeah, there you go.
We could be that gang then. We could be those 3.
Kevin, why do you know so much about the new generation of Disney?
Yeah,
because I had young female children when that was happening. So all that was ever on in my house was High School Musical, Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, Victorious, iCarly. I saw all of this. I'm an expert in all of that. I knew who Ariana Grande was long before you lot did. And she was just a bit part character as well. She wasn't even one of the main ones. See, I know everything about these shows.
Voice, isn't she?
Yeah, is that not her normal voice?
No.
Is she like? is she the reverse of Rosa off of Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
I don't know who that is.
She's the one who was in that Disney film. Who sings the song?
You know what that film is called.
I can't remember the name of it. Encanto. But she does a deep voice on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so Ariana Grande is the reverse version of her. We've established that. See, we're establishing law. This is what happens when Sheepdog's not here. All the discussions turn for the better. How are we all on this fine week anyway? Are we all having a delightful time?
I've got a throat going on.
Yeah.
A throat?
Yeah. All week it's just a bit itchy. Now and again I get like a runny nose. I don't know what's going on.
That's called January.
Yeah, I don't.
It's called having a cold, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not having like a runny nose every day, just at night time, and in the morning my throat is scratchy and it just like dissipates through the day. But yeah, not feeling great. But like Pab says, it's January, so
Yeah, I have that from about December to March.
At least it's not 26 degrees in your house, so. Like
Why would it be 26 degrees in yours?
Our heating's broken, but not broken in a normal way. It's broken so that it's always on at maximum when it's on. So when we choose, even if we just want to turn the hot water on, the heating comes on full pelt. It was last night, and because I don't have any heating in my office, I turned the radiator off when I moved in, and I always have my window open because my computer and lights keep me warm. So Anna came into my stream last night and was like, "I'm so hot. It can't be that hot. Stop moaning." I walked out there and the heat hit me. It was like walking into a sauna, and the thermometer next to the thermostat was saying it was 26 degrees. And the radiators were burning. It was absolute madness. So then we had to turn everything off. So we've got one extreme to the other. We've actually got it on again right now, because it got so cold with nothing on at all at about 6 o'clock. So at some point during the podcast, if me and Anna pass out, it's because we need to go and turn it off again because it's getting really, really, really hot again.
Oh, it already is in here. I've already had to go put a fan on.
Oh, you should have said. I could have turned it down.
Yeah, it's so hot. It's annoying. But yeah, something corroded in December, and it was supposed to be fixed in December, and then never got.
Well, yeah, because back then the heating didn't come on; it got jammed into the off position. Now it's got itself jammed into the on position. It's, these are modern day shenanigans, eh? It's all very complicated.
When I told you it was too cold, didn't I? And it wasn't even on, so it's just being janky. So we're not in a comfortable place at the moment.
Exactly.
I think that's why I've got the sore throat. It's one extreme to the next.
Because it's hot
in this house. Yeah, it's like really cold. I'm like, Kevin, it's chilly, and you're like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Last night it's like, Kevin, it's too hot yet. No, it's not. And he came out like it's like a sauna. It's just up and down. It's not great for the throat and the nose.
You are very fussy.
I'm not fussy. I just like to be either like at a stable temperature, not up and down. I hate. Oh God, I thought.
Yeah, but you like that stable temperature to be really low.
Yes, I would like it really low.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should talk about some video games. This is a gaming podcast, so I'm told. Football Manager is a game that I've been playing, boys and girls. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
No,
but I ended my stream save ended, so I started a new stream save this week, which means me and Anna have to go to Scotland. I've never been further north than Leeds before, but now we have to go to... Huh?
Is it Manchester more north than Leeds?
Don't think so.
Probably roughly the same.
There's kind of a line. I've been to Hull, I've been to Leeds, I've been to Manchester, I've been to Liverpool. There's that line that goes across the middle of the country there. If one of them's more north than Leeds, I've been there. But it's basically that line. I get to that line and then I stop. I get to the wall and then I don't go any further. But I'm managing East Fife on Football Manager. So I have to go and see an East Fife match. So we're going to a place called Methyll, apparently, is where East Fife play, which is just north of Edinburgh. Methyll, all one word. It's not Methyll, although apparently, colloquially, it is sometimes known as that. But yeah, Methil, which there was, can I say this on the podcast? I think I can. Someone from the club came into my Twitch chat and was like, you don't, when you come, don't stay here. Stay a bit further away and just come in for the match. Don't actually stay here. So yeah, I'll be leaving Edinburgh. I'll be leaving Anna in Edinburgh, not Edinburgh in Edin. My mouth isn't working. Me and Anna shall go and have a weekend in Edinburgh, and I shall leave her there when I drive across a big bridge and go to East Fife. Well, you can come to watch East Fife play if you want.
No. You can just take me across the bridge, bring me back, and then go again.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do that. That sounds like a lot of fun. It's a 6-hour drive as well for us to get up to Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland's
6 hours. We might just fly.
Oh, no flying.
Only takes an hour to fly, though. We can fly from Birmingham to Edinburgh. And then we won't have a car when we're up there. So we'll have to then get a boat to the football because the football ground is right on the sea. There's docks right next to it. It's basically in the middle of the Docklands north of Edinburgh.
Wow.
So we could get a boat from just outside Edinburgh Airport and then ride it around and dock outside the football ground.
No, thank you.
They've got their own array of solar panels, don't you know? I was having a look at them on Google Maps. It's all very interesting. But yeah, I've got to go and do that. And then the other thing that I've been playing, because, you know, I was really into Baldur's Gate 3. I want to rush and get that finished before Persona 3 Reload comes out.
You've not got long.
There's obviously lots of other cool games to be playing. So in my free time this week, I've been playing Total Extreme Wrestling 2020. I've gone back to playing Total Extreme Wrestling
Is that
again.
a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's Kevin's thing, yes.
And when I say playing it, I make a really big spreadsheet, plan out a year of wrestling storylines, and then don't bother actually putting it in the game. So what I've actually been doing is just making up wrestling matches, typing them into Excel, and then just kind of doing that. And not actually playing the game at all. But, you know, the game is there. I could put them in the game at some point. It's more fun just planning it, though. So, yeah, I've just planned out the next year of wrestling. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I'm using it to copy details out from that into my spreadsheet, so my spreadsheet's accurate.
That's so boring.
What?
Look, I've told you before, Anna, I'm talking to now, not the listener, when I used to go on loads of caravan holidays as a kid,
I know.
Yeah, I would go and get a big 200 sheet book of lined paper and a couple of pencils, and I would carve off the ends of the pencils, because pencils are six-sided, so you can carve off the edges and basically write stuff on them and then roll them, and it's like having a six-sided dice, but it's personalised because you obviously don't have to put numbers on there. You can put whatever you want. And I would just write out loads of wrestling matches, use my randomizer pencils to decide who got to win them, and then continue planning. And I'd just fill a book with wrestling matches that I'd then randomly come out with the results of over the course of a 2-week caravan holiday, just writing down wrestling matches, basically. So this is just an adult version.
But wrestling isn't random.
Yeah, but it's no fun if I know what's going to happen, is it? So I set it up and then randomize it.
Doesn't sound consistent to a wrestling.
Well, otherwise I don't need to write it down. I could just sit there and think about it. I need there to be some kind of random element, or some kind of outside forces, or else it is just me saying, well, this could happen, and then this could happen, and then this could happen, and then there's nothing else to it, is there? So that's basically what I've been doing. I fully acknowledge that I am the handsome host of a very successful video games podcast, and I am near the end of last year's Game of the Year, and I've been doing this instead, and I'm not even going to apologise for it because I've had a lovely time. So I guess that's me until Persona 3 Reload is out. When is Persona 3 Reload out? Is it early February?
About a week, 2 weeks maybe, I think.
So what you're telling me is it before or after we go on our cruise? Because me and Anna are off on a cruise in a week and a half.
What?
Me and Anna are going on a cruise. Just a 4-day one.
To Edinburgh?
Just having a little cruise. No, we're going on a cruise to Amsterdam. Oh. Basically, we're trying out to see if we can do cruises because Anna wants to go and see the Northern Lights. So we're going to do a Northern Lights cruise next year if we can cope with a cruise without throwing up everywhere. So we just found...
Last time I was on a boat, I threw up.
Yeah, we just found the cheapest...
Huh?
That size of a boat?
Well, we don't know. We've never been on one of these.
Them boats are like... Well...
It's like a floating city, isn't it?
It's like
a floating shopping centre.
Yeah, you don't really feel it if it's calm. I mean, if it's
that's
major
the theory.
waves, then you might rock a bit, I suppose.
Well, we just booked the cheapest, shortest one that we could possibly do. It literally goes from Southampton to Amsterdam and back again. And it's 4 days long, and we'll see if we can cope with it. And if we can cope with it, then we can book a longer one. Because I figure that little stretch of sea at that time of year is going to get pretty rough. So
yeah, I think that if there's a storm coming through as well.
Yeah, so that would be a nice way of testing if we can cope with it. And if we can cope with it, then we can book longer ones.
I can't do lots of walking, so seeing Northern Lights would be better on a boat for my knees.
Exactly. But one of the nights of this cruise is black tie, so we've had to buy fancy dress costumes.
I thought you had fancy dress costumes.
Well, Anna won't let me wear my gold tuxedo, so I'm having to wear a boring old black tuxedo.
Your black one that you got.
I'm going to wear my black one, but I had to buy. I don't have the bottom half of any of them, puppy. So I had to buy the bottom half of a tuxedo.
Hey, which one of you broke the zip on your pants?
That was the black one.
Was that you?
So I've bought. Yeah, well, both me and Sheepdog, we both bought the same cheap ones from the same place and. Broke him. Although I was wearing suspenders, so I got away with it. His was just, yeah.
Oh, you had to keep holding them up. Yeah, that's right.
We both, after that black tie event me and Sheepdog went to in London, we both got changed back into our jeans in the train station toilet because our trousers were falling down. I have bought trousers from that same shop again. It'll be fine. They only have to get through one night, but because I didn't have any shoes, I've had to buy myself some patent leather shiny shoes as well, so I am going to look sparkly, like a sparkly boy. And Anna has bought a ball gown.
Nice,
haven't you?
Ball gown. It's just a long dress, a long black.
How else do you define a ball gown?
I don't know.
If it's not a ball gown, you have to wear a black tie. They're your two options.
I could throw some glitter at it, I guess.
There you go. Problem solved. Persona's the 2nd of February, apparently, which is before we go. So
next
I need
week.
to get that downloaded onto my equipment, and then I can just spend the whole cruise playing that. It'll be fine. Sorted.
You know, Thingy's out next week as well. Suicide Squad game's out.
Yes.
Oh,
what?
Right, I know. Anna's made me order the special edition so that she can get the early access to it, because she's a mental person.
Yeah, that does sound a bit crackers.
Because I knew we were going away.
When does it come out?
The 2nd.
In like a week.
Next
I want
Friday.
it 3 days early.
Yeah.
Pay an extra 30 quid for it.
Yes.
It might be bobbins.
Yeah.
I'm on a wait and see right now because I'm interested, but I really need to see the reviews.
Well, she'll be telling you all about it next week because she'll have it before next week's podcast.
Yes, good.
So she'll give you. I mean, any game that Anna's ever been excited about,
I'm not excited
she's ended up
about it.
hating when it comes
I
out.
just want it
Well, you've
early.
made me order the fancy version, so you must be a bit excited.
Because I wanted it early. Because I knew Persona was on the same day, so I wanted to go get that first, play it. If I don't like it that much, then I can straight to Persona.
When is the 2nd? Is that next Friday?
It's
the
like
2nd of February?
literally, it's
I think
like
so. I think it's next week.
6th today.
26th.
So yeah,
today.
Persona's out a week today, or a week on Friday for those of you listening who are not currently on a Friday. Oh, we've just let the cat out of the bag that we record on a Friday. That'll never do. But yeah, so Persona is out really, really, really soon. Ooh, how very exciting. But yeah, that's all I've done. I've played Total Extreme Wrestling, sort of.
You haven't. You've been playing XL.
Yeah, I've made a really big spreadsheet and I've loved every minute of it.
It's so weird.
Wow. Like an accountant.
Oh yeah, I'd love to be an accountant. That'd be loads of fun.
No,
The only job interview I went to in my life where I didn't get the job was to be an accountant
you didn't get the job.
because I had no qualifications to be an accountant.
Wow.
He was doing wrestling matches in his spreadsheets.
getting the wrong outcomes.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. It's so funny.
Mm.
Boring.
Right,
but funny.
talk about games then, you people.
Okay.
What can I say? So I haven't progressed any further into Prince of Persia.
Me neither. Me neither. I wanted to, but there's for reasons you'll find out I haven't.
That I haven't because I started Last of Us again, so I've been playing that.
Oh, you're right, yeah.
I don't see any difference except the characters looks a bit realer, like a bit more softer. I don't know what I mean by that, but they just look softer. And there's little things in there like on your
slight.
on like your HUD display, you can see if you've got like when you've got a throwable like a brick or a bottle, that shows it like at the bottom of the the heads up display. You can see there's I think it was on there anyway that you've got one, so you don't if you went, say you went to like your menu and you haven't got one, and you're like, oh, I need to find one. At least then with your heads up display, like there, you can see if you've got one on your person. The weapons, like upgrading, there's a few more animations. Nothing major. There's just it's just a bit. It's been scrubbed basically. It's just got like they've got it, just scrubbed it down, gave it a new fresh paint, and then gave it to you. But I do find that textures do pop sometimes. They don't load in correctly. Yeah, I've done the first day of Seattle. If you've played it, I've done that whole section.
Ooh, have you done any of the lost levels?
I have not, no.
No,
What
I
are the
don't know where
lost
they are,
levels?
but apparently they're playable straight from the off. But I think there are 3 levels that were cut from the game.
Okay.
And you can play them just out of no context to it, but you can actually see it, and then you can put the commentaries on, and then they'll tell you the commentary. Have you been playing with the commentary at all?
No, I don't play that, and I find it very distracting.
I think I would with that, to be fair, but I might listen to it because they explain why these levels were cut, and
Okay,
so on and so forth. So it's quite interesting to see what it is. But apparently there's 3 levels. They're not like in-game perfect also, because like say they were cut while work in progress sort of thing, so they're not brand spanking shiny sort of thing. They were eventually just stopped being worked on, but I do want to actually probably see what that is. I don't know.
That would be fun to see what
just to see what there is,
going to be and why it was cut and stuff. But commentary, like I once tried to do commentary. I think it was for one of the Uncharted games, and I found it so distracting. I had to turn off. Like, I can't play with this. It's doing my head in.
Yeah, I feel like I'd want to just stop what I'm doing and listen to it, and I'm not playing the game anymore. I'm just listening to a commentary, and then it stopped commentating. I go, okay, now carry on.
Yeah.
That's how I'd play it. Yeah.
That would take ages though, because you'd have to listen.
Oh, it would.
To
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
But so I played that all the way through like Seattle 1, all that up to basically it said Seattle Day 2, and I turned it off because it was late. And I didn't want to go back to that because obviously I've played that game all the way through twice.
You played it recently, didn't you? As well, I want to say relatively recently.
Oh God. Obviously I played it when it came out. Then I played it when I was streaming. Whenever I was streaming, I played it all the way through again.
Right, yeah.
And now Remastered came out. I thought I'd have a look, see what's going on. It was a £10 upgrade. I'm not going to turn my nose up to £10.
I think it's a perfectly valid upgrade for £10.
Especially because Sony said they were going to stop it, weren't they? They were going to stop this £10 upgrade.
That was the free upgrade. I think they were going to stop. I don't know if they're going to stop a £10 upgrade.
Okay, that makes more sense because £10 is £10. At the end of the day, you're not going to turn your nose up at it.
And it's only it's not even it's not a £70 game either, is it? I think it's 50. If you haven't played it at all.
I think so. Yeah, I saw it for
a first party Sony game to be not £70 is, I think that's quite good.
Mm. Well, even at Christmas, I saw it for like $9.99. The old version of it, the first version. So I was like, that's not bad. And then you can get this upgrade in like January. You're saving like £20. So always like just plan ahead with these games just in case that they do that.
Haven't they announced this? No, they didn't. They can't have announced this before last year.
What, the remaster?
Yeah.
It was definitely talked about. Like everyone knew it was coming on the 19th, was that? Yeah, I believe so.
So why would they not? Why would they can't? That would make no sense to them to put that game on sale, just knowing full well that you're going to get a £10 upgrade.
Because not everybody knows the news, do they?
No.
And if you get a PlayStation 5 at Christmas, you're gonna want to. If you want to play like these new big games, you're gonna. I guess it was on the PlayStation 4, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah, and then he had a PS5 patch for it. So
there you go.
So it's bonkers.
Yeah, it is what it is. It was a £10 offshoot that I wanted to play. So turn that off because Kevin says I sleep too much. I need to fill my days, so I've been playing.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. My point was, you haven't been sleeping at night and you've been sleeping during the day. So I made the suggestion that maybe if you didn't sleep during the day, you would be able to sleep at night. A not unreasonable suggestion.
I was sleeping at night, just very late at night. Anyway. So Kevin told me to fill my days. So I've been playing Star Wars: The Lost Jedi again. And
I can't be held responsible for this. This is not my fault.
The first one?
No, the second one.
Survivor.
Is that what it is? I don't know. I can't find the box.
Survivor.
The new one, the newest one, yes.
Yeah.
I've started that on my other account, so I get trophies. Just because I wanted to. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me.
Great.
But I like these games. Like Star Wars to me isn't. I've watched I think one film, something Phantom Menace. I don't know. Long time ago. I've watched that's the only one I've ever watched.
That is a long time ago. Even canonically, that's the first film.
Is it?
Yeah. This is set after.
I think it's the Clone Wars.
That comes
up.
The game's set after 6.
Well, there you go. I don't know.
I think I want to say I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly certain it's set after 6.
Yeah, they're going about the Order 66 and the Clone Wars. I'm like, I know these sayings, but I don't know them.
Now. Where is it set? It might be set after 3.
Okay.
I can't remember. No, it can't be.
Anyway,
No, it's not after 6. It's definitely not after 6. It must be after 4. It must be after 3. Sorry, in between 3 and 4. There you go.
Cool.
There you go. Yeah.
I still don't know what that means, but because I remember seeing the Phantom Menace when I was I know I was a teenager, definitely a teenager, and I saw it in the cinema in Nottingham, and that's all I remember about it. And there was lots of shooting. I'm just playing. I've done the forest array, so I've done a few hours. Because I've played this, so I know. This is the weird thing. I'll play a game and then I will remember. I was doing it in The Last of Us. I was like, right, I know how many enemies are going to be in here. I know where they're going to come from. For some reason, I remember these things. So I was when I was playing The Last of Us in the school, I knew that there was going to be 3 coming, but one would go through a classroom. So I know that person was going to be there. It's a weird thing that I have in my brain, and I don't know why. It just bugs me. I know where things are, but the only thing that has been not bugging me, but the only thing that's been getting me is these little bloody insects that camouflage to the ground, and I do not. I hear them, but I don't see them, and then they jump me, and that's the only thing that's been bugging me. I'm like, oh my god, these are so annoying. But yeah, they've been bugging me. But I don't know. I've played the game all the way through. I've finished this game, and now I'm playing it, and I now know the mechanics better. So these rolly bomb things, and then the first time I saw these, I kept dying. They kept catching up because they will chase you, and I couldn't work out what was happening. I was like, why do they keep getting me? And now I've worked out the mechanic. As long as because there's a line that shows you it's blue, orange, and then red when it's really close. So as long as you keep that line between orange and blue, you're all right. And then you can use your powers to pick them up, and then when you pick them up, you can use them as a grenade to the wall. I know how that works now, so I'm not constantly dying and getting annoyed with the game. So I know that I'm using my powers in a more, I don't know, a more flourish with them. So now I actually feel like I'm a Jedi and I have all the Force and whatnot. And it's good. I know how this game ends. I know who the baddies are, and I'm like, yeah, this is fine. But I just like going around the game. Because it's a bit like Uncharted. You've got clambering and you've got fights and stuff like that. And I like them kind of games. And
me too.
and I enjoy them. And I've been like, I turned it like I can't remember if this was last time, but I turned it on. Like, obviously, I was on my new my other profile, and it's like, how far away from the screen are you sitting? Are you in like a sitting room, or are you on a monitor? So like, it's telling you, like, it's asking you, are you really close? Are you really far away? Oh, are you doing this on speakers, or are you doing this on headphones? I was like, well, at first I was doing it on speakers, and then I got my Sony headphones out, got Kev to charge them, and then I wore them, and I was like, this is really nice. Like, you can hear the sound around you. I find that so bizarre that our tiny little like headphones can give you stuff that is from behind. I find that not bizarre, but I just find it so immersive. I'm like, whoa, that sounds like it's over there. It's very weird. But yeah,
Yeah, they're very clever.
Yeah. But they have that's it for me this week.
What?
Yeah.
Pab's now panicking.
Yeah.
Look, it's Sheepdog's fault. We'll do a short one. If we have to do a short one, we'll do a short one. It's fine.
Yeah, I've been going gym, so that's taking up my mornings, and then obviously I've got Andy, and I want to see him, and I've got the stupid dog that barks at me for no reason. So yeah, yeah, that is it for me. That's all I've done. So Pab, can you fill 29 minutes?
Seconds, yes. Minutes, maybe not. How am I the only one that's on the hype train?
Of what?
For what?
The biggest thing on Twitch right now.
Oh, this Pokemon fake thing.
How am I the only one on this?
I've seen this.
Because it's got guns in it, and I don't play shooting games.
Yeah, but it's good.
But it's not a full
I've not
game,
got
is
any
it?
guns yet. I've not got any guns right now. I've got a bow and arrow. That is it. Yes. Palworld. It's weird. It's weird. And I'm kind of curious to see what Sheepdog's stance is on it. I can't decide whether he'd be all in on it or whether he'd be on the picket line fighting to get it taken away because of Pokemon.
Oh, they're already trying to do that, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're looking at it apparently. Yeah. Okay, so what is it? It's a base building survival game with pals, which are the Pokemon-like creatures that will help you, and you. I don't know this. I don't feel like I've done any battling yet. Battling is very much a thing in Pokemon, isn't it? It's the thing that you do in
Yeah,
Pokemon,
that's kind of
isn't
the
it?
point.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's a thing right now. I've not come across anybody who said, I want to battle you. I've only played like 4 hours of this game. I've not played tons of it, and I've pretty much not left the first spawn point because that's where I set up my base, and it's very much one of those games where it's like get this amount of like wood and stone and materials and stuff, build this, upgrade the base. Okay, now this wants this, and then you upgrade this, and then you get more materials. And I've just been back and forth in around the same area, just getting materials and upgrading the base and whatever. I'm still technically in tutorial, because the tutorial is like just pretty much doesn't tell you what you need to do. It's just like a number of checkpoints, like objectives. They're in the top right of the screen, and you just move through them. And the final checkpoint is go and beat a base or something like that. There's a certain place I've got to go. I don't know where it is. I assumed it was somewhere that was pinged on the map. It isn't. It wasn't that. I went there today thinking I'll do it before the podcast so I can say I've done the tutorial at least, and I can say what this boss battle is. It wasn't that. And then I ran back to my base because I ran out of what they called? They call them like pal spheres or something like that. I can't remember what they're called. They're called something like that. Your pal spheres that you meant to collect your Pokeballs. But it's just something strangely addictive to it. This it's very. It's not. I said that initially. This came out a week ago, and I was like, nope, I'm not into survival base building type game. And then I watched somebody playing it, and they were saying, I don't like any of the base building stuff. It's not for me, the base stuff, but I like just exploring around and collecting the Pokemon and finding all this hidden collectibles and all that sort of thing. I was like, okay, that looks quite fun, and doing the bosses and stuff like that sounds quite fun. But you kind of need to do the base building stuff just to survive, just to get the base mechanics, just to get the core mechanics of it going. And like I said, the whole conceit at the start is you need a base, and you need like a workbench, you need certain like things to then be able to craft the pal spheres, and once you crafted the pal spheres, you can start catching the pals, and then you can then put your pals to work in the base, so you can set them up to, I don't know, forage for wood, forage for stone, work on the farm sort of thing. But then you also need to set them up. They have a certain set of requirements. So they need beds, they need heat, and sort of thing. They need food. So you have to then have a food like, not food bay, but like some sort of like a, no, it's not even a trough, but whatever it is, and you need to keep filling that up. But then that can be self-sufficient if some of your pals are farming and then harvesting and then bringing it back and putting it back, so it cycles around that way. It's been very, like, I don't even know where the time's gone. I feel like I've progressed maybe about an hour's worth of game, and I've played 4. The time has disappeared, and I've only just, like I say, pretty much today, delved out of my little zone. And then because I delved out of my little zone, I found like 5 different new Pokemon that I'd not seen yet. And then I got all them, just about managed to get enough of them, and I had to run back because I had to then go and change out my team. And there's something to this game. Like I say, it's early access, so there's still tons of stuff coming to it. But there's something to it, and it's all co-op based, and so I will be playing some multiplayer at some point in the next week, hopefully. I was going to try and do it this evening, but I didn't really have the time to do it. So, yeah. So then somebody else can do the base build, and I can just clear off and go and explore and wander around and do the bosses and stuff like that. I want to do the boss stuff. Yeah, it's good. I do like it. I like the way you catch the Pokemon pals. Jesus.
Have you got to catch them all?
You probably want to.
That's their tagline, so it's uniquely different. You want to catch them all.
Yes.
I bet they can't use that tagline.
So you catch them by, well, I pretty much start off with a club and just go up to one and just beat it around the head until it's low enough health.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's what you do with it. Yeah, you just beat them up.
Oh, I'm not playing this. That sounds awful.
You don't fight them. You fight them yourself. You can bring your own pal. You have like your team of pals with you, and you can send them out. But then there's no restraint on them. They're like, it's a blood sport, and they're there to kill. So you've got to know when to throw them out and then bring them back in, because if you don't, they'll knock them out, and then you can't capture it. So you've got to be quick on the draw with that. But most of the time, I've just not really had a need to bring them out yet. I've not fought anything that's massively where I just don't just run up with a baseball bat and just smack around the back of the head a few times and just capture
You're a
them.
monster.
And there's tactics to that whole sort of thing as well, where you can, if you go out at night, they're all asleep, so you have a better chance of capturing them without doing anything. Or if you stun them and get behind them or something like that, so they don't see you, sort of thing, you could capture them easier. There's tons of stuff to it. I've just put like it's not a farm. What is it now? It's like, what is it? It's like it's where the sheep like graze and stuff like that, and they now give me wool. I'm now getting a constant influx
Also,
of
that
wool.
sounds like Slime Rancher, where you put them in like a pen, and then they give you.
Yeah, there is that, but they're not in a pen. It's just like an area, and then they just wander in every now and again to go and grazing, and then then wool will just appear on the floor, and then somebody else, one of the gatherers, will just run along and just go, some wool there, and I'll go put it in a chest. I do like the fact that I've just got a fire type Pokemon, and that one can now work the furnace and can now cook berries and cook food and stuff because it's a fire type Pokemon. Jesus. Yep.
They are Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know they're Pokemon. Let's not mess around.
Legally distinct pals. Definitely different. But yeah, then you can get. I've just got one of them. There's like a deer, and then you can put a saddle on that one. I've not figured out how to make the saddle. I think I need a specific workbench for that. But then you can ride that one, and there's one that you can fly, and then you can just fly around the world, and there's tons of stuff to it. And I think, like I say, I think it would be good in a co-op sense. This is what sold it on me. Like I say, I was watching someone streaming it, and they were literally just in a world where all the world was set up, and they were just wandering about, just collecting all the collectibles and finding different Pokemon pals. And I can't stop myself.
The fact that they've started it with a P. So
it's just progressively just comes out of me. It's I've like I say, I've definitely not hated my time, and people have put tons of hours into this game. It was I think it was like, what was it? I think the headlines have been it was briefly higher concurrence than Fortnite on Xbox this past week. I think it was like, I think it was at 7 or 8 million sales in a week,
that is madness.
It's
How much
huge.
is it?
I think I got it. I don't know if it's still on sale. I think it's £25 full price. I think I got it for 22.
But that's for that. It's not. It's
on Game Pass.
preview, isn't it? Oh, is it?
Yes, it's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass, which is why I was surprised
I haven't been on the Xbox.
none of you have been playing it. Yes, but it is on Game Pass. Apparently, that the Xbox and the Windows Store version, the Game Pass version, isn't in parity with the Steam version, as in the patch versions. I can't imagine it being that different. It's not going to be worlds apart like remember how Minecraft used to be massively different versions on the Xbox and the PC. I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like it's the slightly things that are more buggy because it's early access. It's a week into early access, and the same PvPs come in and different things are coming. All these different things are on the timeline. So yeah, we'll see how long it is. I also got it because I kind of think I want to own this if and when it gets stripped off Steam, which could happen. But who knows? It depends how much of a case Nintendo have to put up for it. I don't know. We'll see. But it has, like I say, that's the game that I've been playing most of this week with.
That's probably where Sheepdog is. We've speculated earlier in the show where he is. He's probably playing that.
It's a good point.
It's his dream come true.
Yeah, he's just taking his Xbox with him somewhere. No, all his mates are on a land somewhere playing Palworld.
What a nerd.
But what you said about guns and stuff, I've not seen any guns. I've not seen guns.
Well, that's what's put me off playing it, because it's apparently Pokemon with guns.
There
That's
are
the
guns
headlines
in it,
I've seen.
but
and I'm not interested in adding guns to Pokemon, so I just didn't even bother playing it. I've not looked at any of it. I'm just aware it exists.
From what I've seen, I don't know whether you can. I've not seen any inventory thing where you can, give a Pokemon a gun. But then again, they must have a gun.
They must upgrade to it or something.
You must get them somewhere, because I know at some point you'll be able to craft them. And I've got bullets because I got invaded. There was a raid came in. A group of thugs came running into my base, and they had guns, but they didn't drop the guns. They just got the bullets. So I've got a load of bullets for pistols, I think, but I haven't got pistols. But I don't know whether the pals end up with guns while you're out and about. I don't think they're not out on the streets, running with guns sort of thing. They're only got guns when you give them guns. Now I wonder whether you only have them with guns when you set them up on your base, because you start off with like what I think it's 2. I think it's probably just 1. You start with 1 pal you can put on your base, and every time you upgrade your base, you can put another pal in there, and then, as I said, you will get raided from time to time, and sometimes it's some bigger like pals that come roaming in, some big fellas, and then they've all got to fight him off, or it's some thugs that come in and they've got guns or they've got weapons or whatever. Now, like I said, the 4 hours that I've played, I've been at the base when it's happened. But as soon as the attack comes in, they all kind of stand up and they all come charging out and they're like, "Come on, fight's on!" And they all come running out and they all stop what they're doing. They all stop mining or cutting the trees down, and they all come running over and they all beat the crap out of them. Now, I presume at some point these raids are just going to keep continuing, and because there's a lot of different upgrade stuff in this, there's a lot of tech trees. There's like different things you can upgrade and stuff, traps and all different things, and sandbags. You can put sandbags down, and you can set your pals behind the sandbags, and you could probably set. That's what I'm saying. You probably set the pals up with guns there, but I don't know if you could set them up with. You probably could set. Could you set your pals up with guns and then put them into a boss fight? Probably. I just don't think you'd want to give them guns. Well, probably you would do if you're out in the open.
I just don't want guns to be in the world. That's all I don't. I just want it to be Pokemon. If it was just a new Pokemon game, I'd give that a go.
Well, you probably could.
They should have ripped it off properly.
No, because this is probably how they make themselves legally distinct. They go, "He's got guns," and they kind of go, "Damn it, he's right. He's got guns. That is legally distinct." But it's. I was going to say you could just play without guns, but then again, the enemies of the bad people have guns. The baddies all have weapons.
Curse the baddies.
But then again, you could just take them off them and just never use them.
How am I going to take them off them if I don't have my own, though? That's the problem.
You just have bow and arrows and bigger
I just don't want any
pals.
Violence.
Well,
Not violence.
It's like people have compared it to
Pokemon doesn't have any violence in it.
They hurt each other until they pass out.
They're playing.
People initially said, and this put me off altogether. It's like Pokemon meets Ark. Now, if you know what Ark is, Ark's a survival game where you are in the prehistoric times and there's dinosaurs around and you want to tame dinosaurs and kill dinosaurs and all that sort of thing. But that bit it put me off. But I don't know. It's not like I said. The base building stuff isn't for me. But I'm just doing the basics just to keep it ticking over, and I'm ready to disappear into the world, sort of thing. I want to get a saddle for me pals and just fly away, disappear for a bit, and hope that my base isn't decimated.
I want that on a t-shirt. I want to get a saddle for my pals. That should be their new t-shirt.
It should do, yeah. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot. There's like for early access, there seems like there's a lot in this game. I don't know whether there's only so much sort of thing in this. I don't know what early access means for them. Like, I doubt it's content complete right now, and they're just tidying it up. So I don't know how much of an actual game there is in it right now, but people like it, and
I might have a little look over the weekend. We'll see.
It's on Game Pass. It plays perfectly on Steam with a controller. It works absolutely fine with a controller on PC. It's not a problem. I've not seen if it works on Steam Deck. Probably does, but I don't know if you'd want to. But it's perfectly fine, and like I say, I'll probably report back again next week. I might have a different opinion at this point, but I'll hopefully have played some multiplayer on it. Hopefully, and if not, I will have played more single player because I want to beat the tutorial. I just want to at least beat the tutorial. And because I've been playing pretty much this, I've started up Baldur's Gate 3.
Good. So you should.
I started up Baldur's Gate 3 and I did the character creation. and I got annoyed.
And that took you all week.
It took me 45 minutes. So that they did it literally after the podcast last week. I was like, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the character creation so I can kick off the next week and do some playing of the game. But like you said, I don't feel like it's a game that I can just put half an hour to an hour in.
No, you got to play a big long session.
And I don't play like that anymore. Like 2 hours is the maximum I do on sessions these days. And when I've done 45 minutes on my character creator, I just don't feel like setting up for a big session. I didn't mind the character creation initially, and then it was
It's
like
a lot to read, though, isn't it?
It was like, well, last day I was like, oh, what is this? I was like, what race here? Okay, I'll pick this race. What class here? What? It was like, what? And then it's another subclass, and it's not. I was like, come on, what am I doing? I was like, I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing. I couldn't even tell you what I am. I think I'm a half elf.
Sounds right.
Half elf, maybe.
Yeah.
Half elf.
Are you a dog?
I mean, we don't know, Pabby. We haven't seen your character.
I don't know.
You might
either.
be a half elf.
I think I'm a half elf. And I have a bow and arrow.
Half elf, half horse.
I have a bow and arrow, and then I had to make a second character. Then you have to make a
your guardian person.
That's the one, a guardian, yeah, and she's a red woman.
A red woman, brilliant.
Is that a tiefling?
Yes.
I think she's a tiefling. That's what I want to say. I might be wrong, but I think that sounds right. And then I did all that, and then I watched a cutscene where there was some Squidward fella on a ship, and he was getting blown up by dragons. And then I came out of a little pod. I had a shuffle around on it. I was like, yep, this moves around, and it does. And I went, that's enough for me tonight. I'm going to bed. And then I haven't been back on since. I've thought about it, similar to Prince of Persia. I've wanted to go and play it. But I literally, what day was it? Wednesday. I literally had the Ubisoft Connect app open, ready to click on Prince of Persia. And I went, yeah, but I could play Palworld. I could do that and get this. I could do some more of this. And I was like, okay, I'll do some more of this, and did 2 hours on that. And similar to Baldur's Gate, I thought about it a few times, but like you've said before many times, Kev, it's not the sort of game that requires. Because even if in a 2 hour session, how far am I getting? Legitimately, I'm getting. There's a good chance I'll get like 20 feet.
Yeah.
And nothing. And I won't progress that. I might lose the battle a few times. I've not progressed anywhere then.
Yeah, you need to sit down for a weekend.
Give
a weekend to it. Take a week off work and play Baldur's Gate.
It's the thinking man's game. It's not like something that I can just switch off and just disappear into a game. It's the sort of thing that I need to be on and aware and not tired and thinking logically and statistically, like tactically about what I want to do.
You need a big spreadsheet for it. That's what you need.
I mean, you probably couldn't you? Make a spreadsheet of all the different possibilities and different which ways and odds of you managing to do all these things. But I am looking forward to it. I've made a character. I want to say, what did I call him? I want to say I called him something like Hawthorne or something like that. Something like that.
Cyril. Cyril would be a great name for him. You don't get a lot of Cyrils these days, I've noticed.
No, it's a name that's well, it probably will be back in sooner rather than later, because I mean, there's tons of names that you go, where's that come from these days? Like, I don't know why. I get the feeling this year there'll be a certain number of Clives.
I hope so. Clive's a great name.
See, Anna might know why there's going to be a load of Clives.
Because of Final Fantasy.
Yes. I think there'll be Clives, there'll be Sids, there'll be Joshuas and Jills.
Well, if you are a Clive listening in the future who was born in 2024, know that you are being named after a dead mouse. It's important that you know that.
What?
Clive was the name of the mouse that Anna made me murder all those years ago.
Of course, yes.
Make you.
Yes,
I just
that
wanted you to get rid of them, and you chose your way.
No, I didn't.
You
He
could
didn't
have.
pick humane.
Yeah, you chose not to. You chose to give him peanut butter.
I chose to let him stay in the
No, you can't.
garage.
He could have. He could have ate your computer inside. And you don't want that.
Then I'd have eaten his computer.
And they have bad. You can get bad diseases from their wee, I believe.
Well, he could have used the toilet. I could have got him a litter tray.
Wow, if you'd have potty trained
People must do. People have mouses as pets.
I don't think they potty train them. They just have them in a
of
cage
course
where
they
just clean them out.
Oh, I wouldn't have him in a cage. I'd let him wander around the house.
Yeah,
Just a series of tubes wandering around the house. Just a series of tubes that you can just go around.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they chew everything, so they would have chewed through the tubes and then no.
I'll be the judge of who chews what around here. Right, let's wrap this up.
Wrap it up.
If you would like to follow us on the internet, boys and girls, you can do that at Mgukpodcast, or you can follow me at Lelujo. I'm
at Miss Lelujo.
And out Pab1986.
And we will see you next week, boys and girls.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening, folks.